Hello and welcome to the July live stream for Abusecartoons. So yes, if you're on the Upturned table YouTube, sorry for the confusion, but I thought I would include you guys. I mentioned it on the weekly, and I may as well. I think I should probably start streaming anytime I'm doing, illustration and drawing for fantasy, art projects and stuff. I should probably put that on here anyhow, but yeah, I just don't have many places to stream Abusecartoons, so I may as well include it. I won't clutter the channel with this, of course, because the primary focus is gaming and there's already enough distractions. But I thought I would say hey and see how this goes. And sorry for the false start. I thought I had everything set up, and I was going to all the wrong places. As usual. All right. But yeah, everything seems to be kind of working. Hey, unknown girl. Yes, been doing okay. Just surviving. We didn't have much of a monsoon season, but we're getting some of it now, so it's kind of coming in late. Not enjoying that because it's the beginning of it's really heavy rain, and then the humidity from the rain never leaves. It just sticks around. So it goes from being, so kind of a reasonable, Seattle type climate to instantly Florida. For anybody in the US that would understand that. Sorry, anybody not there, but yeah, muggy is the word. All right, so we've got, I think it's nine cartoons for this month. We'll see how that goes. They went pretty quick in June, so we'll see. And yeah, it took me a while to get everything set up and going, so a bit of a late start. I may lose North America. All right, but yeah, this is what happens now every month. It used to be weekly, but the streams were getting so short that people weren't even really able to find it before I was kind of finished, because it's only the 2 cartoons. So I tried to figure out a way to make it work a little bit better. So this will keep me on for a few hours, and we'll have more to do and more to talk about. Nice. Yeah, so I hope this works okay. I hope I'm not totally destroying my channel But we will see. Yeah, because it's going to be a little confusing. If this comes up on Upturned table. But yeah, I mentioned it enough. I hope it's not too strange. And the timing-wise, it's not going to be a lot of people anyhow. And I think I'll just move it over to unlisted after the stream on that channel, on the hobby channel. All right, but more activity is not a bad thing. Oh wait, maybe it is ears. Why? Oh, everything's in the same layer. That's why. All right. So it's been a month. What all has happened? Yeah, I can't remember what I did and didn't talk about. I've got family visiting, so that's good. Looking forward to my cousin spending some time. So he was just working in Thailand, I think. Southeast Asia. I shouldn't be so specific. Southeast Asia. And just took some extra time to stop by and visit. So that's great. And I realized, like, looking back at photos, it was 10 years ago last time I saw him, because we haven't gotten back. Like, our big plans to go back, of course, were thwarted in 2020, like everyone's plans to do everything. And we never recovered from that, just because, yeah, school and everything got busier for my daughter, so it would be a solo journey. I don't think anybody wants me showing up alone on their doorstep, so I decided to put it off. All right. I like this donut with his little frosting hair. Yeah, that can be a sippy cup. I can do the little, little kid's two-handle cup. I can do the lid with the little spout too. There we go. The ideas are already flowing. All right. Yeah, that's close enough. I'd probably have a more stable base than that, but what are you gonna do? And maybe a little bit bigger, right? Those cups are not small, but narrow. Yeah, I guess wide is fine. It looks like ears more than anything. All right. Yeah, so a month at a time. And this is more how I used to do them. Get to sit down and do 10 and 12 at a time when they were daily. So it's back to the old ways. And I think the artwork and the tone, like the voice or the tone of the cartoons is a little more consistent when I do them all as a batch. When I'm doing them 2 at a time, it was just that's true. You get 3 less snacks a month. Actually, I can eat more snacks. I mean, that's not a problem. If you need me to eat a lot of snacks, yeah, I should just come on the channel and do a snack-a-thon on the Abusecartoons channel to catch you up. There'll have to be a what is that? Yeah, kind of a makeup session for for snacks. All right, what am I doing? I'm going to color these as I go along, I think, so I don't overwhelm myself. I don't remember what I did last time. That's right. I've got to make up somehow. Just get a giant bag of snacks and eat them. Yeah, I wish there was some way that you guys in chat could order, like make me eat a bunch of stuff. Like there was like an online order that I could pick up at the convenience store. That would be too funny. I could just walk around with my phone strapped to my head. All right, so let's do some bright colors on this cup. And maybe like everything is a different color. All right. And maybe bright yellow for the top. I love those. I'm sure there's some psychology. There always is. But those kids things that are just all random nonsense, eye-jangling colors, especially maybe like 90s kids stuff. There's probably one designer I'm specifically thinking of. But all their stuff was so much like this, just like fluorescence and all the colors. And then almost in a weird, I know there's a name for that style, but that weird 80s style where you had like black and white stripes and lightning bolts and stuff. Maybe a different color for the rim. Is there something I haven't used? I got purple. No, red would look strange. No, that's pretty much it, isn't it? Or maybe stripes. Maybe just white at the top. Let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that looks a little more childish. All right. And now what we're doing for the donut. Chocolate frosting. Strawberry. It's got to be the light strawberry frosting, right? That's the best. But yep, still hanging in here. Cartoons still going out. In case my long absences are disconcerting. Yeah, I think I've got to make the most of every time that I'm online because I just can't do it enough. It's hard thing to do. Yeah, Unknown Girl, that's very true. Yeah, being so far away, it is hard to visit often. Yeah, and that's the strange thing about social media, though, too, because I see, what people are doing when they post on, Instagram or whatever, and feels like I'm keeping up with them, but I'm not. I haven't spoken to them in years, but it's like, oh yeah, I saw when you got that new job. It's like, okay, and I did this virtually. Don't you remember that? But yeah, we have these low investment, like low effort social interactions now. Yeah, it's so strange. And some people, still are really feeding off of that. I think for a lot of people, Twitter was a huge loss. When Twitter became X and people were like, I'm not supporting this anymore. It was a huge loss because they gave up a community, that was supporting them in a lot of cases. But that's unfortunate. I mean, we shouldn't be doing that anyhow. Giving our social interactions and mental health over to these platforms. I guess it's always been, telephone and everything. It's always been that way. It just sucks that when that stuff happens, when you really feel it. Yeah, but that is the kind of weird parasocial thing. Like people that I've talked to only online, I feel like I know them. And if I see them, they're going to look very familiar. They're not going to probably sound or smell, or the scale of them is not going to be correct. But it's so strange that you have this like weird idea of who somebody is already because of an internet interaction. It's very strange. All right, I think that works. The little sippy cup lid. I'm sure that's not what it's called in most places, but I always remember referring to it as the sippy cup. I don't know if that's the brand or not, like who gave it that name. Kids Cup. Yeah, I love that old restaurants that like you bring a toddler in or whatever, and they bring you the kids, plate, bowl, spoon and fork, like the kids size thing. But obviously they've had the same set for so long that if it had some characters or paint or something on it, the professional dishwasher has just scoured them from you get these like just faint reminders of, oh, this must have been a whatever, a Barney or something. Whatever the kids are into these days. Yeah, it's so out of control. I couldn't even imagine what the kids are watching, because they're watching it mostly, I think, on streaming now. So that's going to be the other big loss, I think. We grew up watching this. Everybody grew up watching this. There's so many streaming platforms and kind of kids, areas where kids can kind of choose, like a huge amount of selection for kids entertainment, that kids are going to grow up and say, did you watch that? No. Did you watch this? No. Did you watch that? No. It's going to be this really, the common, the weird, I guess that's what maybe like memes and the internet are trying to make up for, is sharing a pop culture that, you're not kind of forced to participate together in. Because, so many people talk about, having absorbed, a pop culture thing like, Harry Potter. If they never watched any Harry Potter movies, they know a lot about it because it's the popular culture has just kind of brought it in. And through, whatever kind of references, they know this character is like this character is like this, in a real kind of elevator pitch, generic way, but don't have any, memories of it. Just like, oh, that's the meme. Yeah, it's really odd. But I think that's what that is. It's kind of like a cultural catch-up, a cultural shortcut to participating, because we don't share stuff anymore. So that must be where it came from. Yeah. Yeah, right. It could get pretty gruesome. It would be a gross out challenge if I let the chat decide what to eat. Oh, thanks. Unknown Girl. Yeah, try to do a cute kid's cup. His ears are a little cockeyed, but I think they do have a weird angle, because the kids are always, they're assuming the kids are going to be holding it laying down. So I think they're always at weird angles. So my weird drawing kind of works. Nice. The sippy cup is international. Oh, wrong window. I thought I was on Photoshop. It's weird. I can draw in Photoshop, but the window is not primary. Like if I'm using this, it doesn't choose, like it doesn't deselect, other windows. Weird. Mouse supremacy. All right, let's see what we're doing. Actually, because this one needs to go up today, right? This is our boy today. Let me write one really quick then. Because this can be today's cartoon, because it needs to go up in like 30 minutes. So why not? Oh, yeah, the obvious joke is that there's going to be coffee in that sippy cup, right? Obviously. That's what I should have been going for. All right. All right, there we go. A nice steaming cup of coffee. All right. So not even decaf could make, not even decaf could make this feel age P-R-O. I know how to spell this word. Free it. to make this, right? Whatever this is, this snack, this breakfast, whatever this is. Age appropriate. Yeah, although I do have stories from my father growing up, and he grew up in the 50s. His mother would cook coffee in a saucepan on the stove. So I think, kind of boil the grounds in a saucepan and then pour it through a filter, pour it through, some kind of filtering thing into this. So very, very strong, like maybe Finnish style, like Scandinavian style, like old school coffee. And he remembers poking his nose up over the stove, and in the winter it was so hot, and he would drink that coffee in the morning, like before elementary school. Ouch. That'll keep you short and hyperactive. I can't imagine getting to school after drinking black coffee. All right. So not even decaf could make this feel age appropriate. All right. Oh, I should put some steam or something. See, I'm gonna fuss around with this until it's too late. Put a little steam coming up, so you can tell it's like a not the correct beverage for the cup. Oh, do I have the? Oh, that's right. I've got the mask on. There we go. All right, and maybe get the blurry brush out. Yay, the super blurry brush. There we go. And then fade that down so it doesn't look like smoke. Is this on this? Oh, it's on its own layer. Good. Not even decaf. I think that's how you usually, they usually write decaf, just lowercase like that. Should I capitalize it? I don't think so. No. Decaffeinated, some people, most people are writing it lowercase. I'm reading a lot of titles, so decaf. Yep, I'll just leave it at decaf and see how it goes. So not even decaf could make this feel age appropriate. All right, that works. Okay, so we'll send this off. Send this off to the mines, to our cartooning overlords here. All right, so where is this going? It's going to, what do I need, desktop? Yeah, there we go. It's good to get back to this. It's not a lot of stuff in a month. It always felt like I was producing enough, 2 a week, but that's not very much. I can understand why people don't consider cartooning so legitimate unless it's daily, because you do, and especially with the internet, you can easily consume that daily because it's just a couple seconds of your day. Even if it's a multiple panel, either a traditional comic strip or even a lot of web comics or comics pages. Oh, two. All right, and then I'll just revert this so I don't screw it up and save it. All right. And that's the thing. I always really hated that feeling, and I think people, that are doing streaming and YouTube content, just in general, feel that. Once I switched to digital, that thing that I felt a long time ago that really made me not like, where things, don't like where things are going. Just the unending hunger, the unquenchable thirst, or, undying hunger for content that once you're on a digital platform exists. And it's really miserable. It's a really miserable feeling to not be able to feed that, and then once you are able to do it, you can only do it for so long. Like you really have to be careful with not getting burned out. And I think a lot of people can easily run into that. Is the total burnout that happens if you don't pace yourself, or at least build up those muscles to be able to do it often enough. There we go. So today there is a cartoon in the email, I hope. All right. So, oops, yeah, that's all safe, right? Okay, let's move on to the next one. I'm going to screw something up with all these files open. I just know it. I can't even start my stream correctly, so of course I'm going to screw this up. Yeah. It's gonna feel really weird. Things are just gonna get harder and harder, and the idiots that design interfaces and software and everything are just gonna make it. They're going to have like generations of assumptions of how you do things, on a phone or on a computer or whatever. And I'm going to have stopped learning that, probably a couple decades before I stop using it. So there's going to be some hard times ahead where I'm trying to figure out what do I do with this file? I can't figure it out. Yeah, because I remember my mother being frustrated with computers, and I think she's much happier now that it's all apps and all she's doing is iPad. I don't think she has a desktop computer anymore. It's just all iPad stuff. But I remember her, because when Windows became just such a graphical interface and you moved away from DOS and any sort of C prompt or anything, I think a lot of people that didn't take, computer classes, that just had typing classes when they were in school, didn't understand, okay, what's a file? What's a desktop? What am I doing? And they didn't understand that was just like a weird metaphor to help you organize things, to help you think about it. You're putting things in files just because of the branching kind of hierarchy of storage systems. They were just trying to make it something that everybody could kind of deal with, and a common language. So you weren't saying subdirectory C, like you weren't saying weird computer science stuff to each other. But I remember her saying one time, if you could just explain to me like what all of this means and what am I doing? It's like, well, you're not doing anything. You're playing, you're playing around with these weirdly named, just these, kind of a weird metaphor for doing things on a desk that don't really have any connection to. So I could already see. Okay, this is going to be me. Like the last 20 years of my life, I'm going to be saying, so this is doing what and where, how. Yes, or my biometric universal ID. How do I reset it? Can I change the password for my fingerprints? It's gonna be ugly. All right. How about a stack of... see if I can do this, though. A stack of lidless shoeboxes. All with a little bit of that bend. I think I'm just going to draw them as one piece. Or actually, no, then I don't have any. I have to redraw everything that doesn't look right. Like this line. Jeez. All right. Yeah, I'll fill them and then I can stack them and compose it a little better. But yeah, I could just feel myself having that conversation with my own children decades from now. Not decades, decade from now. All right, and then another layer with a slightly skewed. Yeah, each of these has to have a nice look to them. You know what? I think I'm going to have to digitally cheat this because I'm confusing myself already. Let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's right, because I'm going to be covering... Yeah, this is terrible. This part here. But yeah, it's going to be weird, because as soon as we, like... I think we're just assuming keyboard and mouse is it forever, and as soon as we lose our keyboard and mouse, which we have, you know, if you don't use a desktop, you have lost your keyboard and mouse, unless you're making special, taking special measures to Bluetooth those in. You have a virtual keyboard and a weird, you know, fake trackpad if you need something that resembles a mouse. All right, let's do that, and then, yeah, well, let's cheat this one. Why the heck not? And then I'm going to completely redraw this edge because it looks bad. Yeah, it's funny. Sorry, I'm not glancing at the chat enough. Oh, yeah. But yeah, I appreciate the company, Unknown Girl. Matt's on the... I fooled you, Matt. I got you. Sorry. Yes, I'm streaming on both channels, Matt. Sorry about that. Yeah, I figured what the heck... I'm doing this rarely, and I won't leave it on the channel. I'll just have it, you know, as a live event, because I mentioned it on the weekly. But yeah, I can see both. I'm reading the combined chat, so I can see you, Matt, no matter where you are. Yeah, initially, what gave me the idea is making a horrible mistake and going live on Upturned Table for this cartoon stream, and I'm like, oh, fuck it, yeah, I may as well, because the Abuse Cartoons is not monetized, so and it never will be, because I can't get the watch time if I only do streams, and now that I'm only doing monthly streams, I will never get the watch hours needed for monetization, so fuck it. Make a little bit of revenue just on this stream, and then people can see what I'm doing, and hopefully I can like roll this into if I do work for a certain fantasy supplement that Matt needs something to work on, or if you need spot illustrations for your awesome Substack, I'm available, and that would give me a chance to oh yeah, let me distort this a little bit. That would give me a chance to be live a little bit more on an actual monetized channel. That's not a bad thing. All right. So a poor unfortunate shoebox. Yes, and because I'd be drawing on a monetized stream, Matt, there would probably need no compensation if you wanted spot illustrations for a piece you were perhaps writing on your Substack. Yeah, that'd be fun. Yeah, and let me know if everything is working. And those are just low resolution kind of placeholders, the JPEGs that I sent you. So when you're ready to make the final thing, let me know what you want, how you want those, and I can export the full resolution of those illustrations. Okay, now I'm coloring this. All right. Yes, I'm sure a lot of Upturned tables. Yeah, I think the danger is me confusing and making people leave the Upturned Table channel because they're like, I don't want to watch this. Where's the tabletop content? So I'm risking that a little bit, but we'll find out how bad I screwed up. All right, make this the color maybe a little bit darker on the inside, but things often wander into tabletop topics, so we might be okay. All right. So how are you liking Substack? Matt K5, what's going on? What is going on? Good to see you. I'm glad you caught me. That's too gray. On this monthly stream. Oh, all right. That needs a, and then one more color, make a yellow, like a weird printed pale yellow. All right. Yeah, good to see you, K5. I really appreciate you hanging in with supporting Upturned Table and everything. That's so cool. That's so awesome that you keep popping up as a member every month. Another month. I appreciate that greatly. And let's do like a bright, like kind of a sale tag. And maybe put this on a different layer just in case. And maybe just not the same orientation. All the shoes were bought during the same sale. Something. There we go. All right, and maybe let's put this darker one in the top as well. Yeah, I never logged in. I was just reading Substack off of the website. I never logged in for anything, but I downloaded the app, and you have to log in on the app. So finally, I have an account to follow Matt on. All right. This is all going to go over, isn't it? Okay. But it's a decent platform, and once you follow a few people, it gives you the it gives you recommendations that are pretty accurate, so you don't go too far afield with content. Yeah, when I'm trying to look for new platforms to stream on, I keep checking things out, and Odyssey seems okay, seems pretty legit, but there's a lot of stuff. Like every time I look at Rumble, and I'm like, okay, this seems to be not where we want to be. Yeah, I don't think we've got the right content for Rumble, even if it's more permissive, even if, because I think I've noticed, and I think this is just machine checking, like some of our the Dune streams, when I say the word narcotics, like has a narcotic effect or narcotic, I think that's a no word. And now the stream is going to go down, but I think it's a no word on YouTube, and the machine catches it, and they partially demonetize you because you're talking about drugs. And then I ask for the manual, and they say, nope, nothing's wrong, everything's fine, and they reinstate it. But I think it's machines just catching, or like it's probably a piece of software looking at the transcript, the auto-generated transcript of your stream, and it filters for the no words. That's really annoying. But that's how they built something too big to manage, and that's how they decided to treat everyone. And it's like, you can understand it, but it's still not right. It's still not how you should do things. You can understand why they have to do it, but they got themselves into this problem. They created something that's not manageable by humans. That's going to be a thing that I think will come up again and again and again, is, certain industries and things will just say, we can't produce clothing using human labor. Because I remember that with animation. Until that, the real heavy-handed kind of digital, kind of flash-looking kind of digital animation, and the platforms came out. When it was still traditional cell animation, I still remember that argument in school. People saying, yeah, you can't do it. There's just no way. Everyone has to volunteer. So a lot of professors, instructors, a lot of instructors at schools would want to produce projects, and they'd use free student labor because, it was kind of power abuse. They would, kind of, if you want to get in good with your instructor, work on her film, animate on her film for nothing, for, a potluck dinner or something. And you will, that's the only way she could produce her films, It was both men and women, but I'm just using the feminine pronoun. But they all did it, the bastards. But I thought that was, so slimy. Because it is kind of abusing your students, because they're not going to say no if they think it's going to help their career. Because it's not, most of those art schools don't even have grades, so it's not like they're grade grubbing. All right. There we go. Very cool. Oh, really? They have like a minimum membership. Interesting. Yeah, maybe they had to do that because of their banking relationship. I think some companies, they can't go, because of the rate that they've negotiated for processing, they can't go below a certain rate, or else it's not even worth it to make it available. I wonder if that's the case. And that's what that's what independent media is always going to face, is they can't get the they don't have the influence, they don't have the friends to get those really juicy processing, lower processing fees, and they know that they're not going to do, the amount that they're going to do is going to be much less than others. All right, big decisions in the world of shoeboxes. So they say, ain't going to do it below a certain threshold. So that kind of sucks, because that makes things not reliant on, sponsorship and corporate, ownership or advertising to be more expensive, just basically. So if you're comparing in like the open market, independent stuff is always going to cost more, and it is worth it when you think about the factors, that go into it. But yeah, for mainstream people, they're going to go with the free or cheap option, even if they're getting nonsense information that was filtered through big pharma. I can't believe that is almost like dystopian, kind of weird dystopian fiction, when you get these PBS or whatever, something that's like opinion, that's doing a lot of editorializing and opinion channels, and then brought to you by Pfizer. Right, of course. And the ads that are running on streaming, like now streaming is moving towards a lower option with ads. All the ads are big pharma ads. And it's so funny because you have these like bright, sunny voice actors, voice actors like reading these insane names of drugs that I can't believe like a marketing people even put those together. So the retail kind of commercial names of drugs is different from like the chemical names or the generic names of the basic, chemical compound. So they always have to say, remember, you should be using Cromomcrolax. Like, what the hell? It sounds like, bad sci-fi alien race names. And but they say it in their bright, happy voice. And then they do the, may cause suicidal thoughts. There was something that was, eczema. There was an eczema medication that could cause suicidal thoughts. I was like, oh my God. Yeah, that's horrible. So I guess, something that breaks the, the blood-brain barrier. It treats eczema, but it also makes you horribly depressed. So you have to decide: do I want to be depressed because of my eczema or because of this pharmaceutical? But yeah, it's almost comical that like all of that stuff has a big. That's the because cigarettes can't advertise, alcohol can't advertise, so big pharma steps in, takes good care of us. Yes, yes, always. And I've always had that really bad luck with I've never gotten some of the, higher level pharmaceuticals to benefit me in any way before the side effects kick in so bad that it's not even worth it. Yeah, I'm not a good test platform for those, those things because I guess I'd be good for determining all of the most horrible side effects. I can't believe, there's people that are paid, to have suicidal thoughts. That's so bizarre. Yeah, it's just like those two things like don't seem. You'd think if it's something that's curing depression or whatever, that yeah, it's messing around with your brain, so that could be a problem. But yeah, no, just something to make your skin stop hurting and shedding. Shouldn't be doing that. Okay, let's go with a little slimmer. There we go. Yeah, it's really, really strange. And that always happens when government steps in and says, you can't do this. They say, okay, well, then we'll make it worse. We'll do, because I think a lot of this comes from the fact that the government started regulating the pharmaceutical industry, I think in the 90s. It might still have been going on in the 90s, maybe sometime in the 90s. But I remember in the go-go 80s, my house was always cluttered with all kinds of freebie stuff with, drug names on it, because there was always drug reps hanging out with the doctors and taking them out to dinner, getting them tickets for the big game this weekend and all that good stuff. And always the drug reps, of course, were the hottest women, you've ever seen, because most of the doctors were men, were tired men that only saw nurses all day. Yeah, so it was a very, very shady way that they got, doctors to prescribe drugs. And once that stopped, once they said, no, you can't do that, that made it, punishable, a finable offense. Then the drug companies just go around the doctors to the patients and advertise directly to the patients. Ask your doctor about this thing you can't pronounce because he's going to know we told you to tell him. Tell him we sent you. Yeah, it's such be a shame if anything happened to this this nice little hospital you got here, Doc. You better prescribe Prosplumpnix. Yeah. All right, let's do a spoon, maybe. This is going to be the challenge, me drawing a spoon that looks like it's actually resting on the on a different layer, over the edge of this bowl. Yeah, it has to be kind of face down, but yeah, I don't know if it's going to be recognizable. But yeah, it's very, I hope other countries in Europe and such haven't managed to make such a mess of things. I don't think anyone has messed up their healthcare system as bad as the US. Everybody else figured out it's kind of important to not let people get crushed by medical debt. Does that read as a spoon? Let's try to fill this. Kinda. You'll have cute little spoon eyes. All right, something like that. I don't think it needs that though. All right. I wanna, yeah, that overlap. Okay. So difficult, but not impossible. Yeah, I guess it's a problem when... Hey, how's it going, Rich? Just drawing some cartoons. Nice. All right. Where you coming to? Oh, YouTube. Nice. Yeah, I should be seeing... Usually see a little bit of Twitch in here. But yes, the monthly cartoon stream. Yeah, so I guess I will draw and color each of these, and we'll go back and write stuff later. That's what I did previously, right? Yeah. Okay. The scale's a little bit different, but it should be okay. Yes, so the usual... Yeah, the month was over. I mean, I guess time has just been going pretty quick, but the month was over before I knew it. I thought June's cartoons would last forever, but I forgot that I need to start before the month ends on the next month. Yeah, there was no chance to do it yesterday, but yeah, that would have been probably better timing so that everything, went up in time. A little more blue. Here we go. The classic blue bowl. Then I guess just red for the... What is this? But do they even do that anymore with the milk varieties? Have like a skim and 2% and vitamin D and all that stuff. Is that still a thing? Yeah, because we only have... I didn't know this before, but so many of the Japanese brands on their labels, they call it oishii milk. Oishii means yummy or delicious or whatever in Japanese. But that means it's been like super pasteurized. Like there's some kind of process that they just kind of code name oishii in Japanese, and that it's like very safely. So I wonder if they had raw milk or unpasteurized milk or something available in Japan for a while, because you had like better access to farms here. It's not so industrial. So I wonder if that was a thing, because I always wondered why they said that all the time on the and then I asked someone, and they said, oh yeah, that just means it's got this like super duper pasteurized. And I put that to the test though, because I've had week old milk in Japan in my coffee, and it's totally fine. If that's not terrifying enough, very old expired milk is totally fine. Yeah, so I don't know if they did that so that it doesn't, so dairy, because a lot of people like can't digest dairy well, so they don't use it, they don't drink it, maybe cook with it, but a lot of people don't mess with dairy, and I wonder if they did something like that to make it. They just had to, for the sake of the market, but it's pretty strong stuff. So I'm going straight for the dairy in the apocalypse, because I know it's gonna last. Scary. Yeah, but you wonder how much actual nutrition comes out when they, like a health benefit comes out of when they do that to it. Who knows? And who knows if that's even accurate. People like to lie to foreigners, so don't ever take anything I'm saying 100%, because I could have been told a tall tale by a giggling Japanese person. All right, something like this. Not the best looking. Yeah, because I've heard a couple of foreigners pull pranks on each other as well, kind of giving weird misinformation about Japanese, manners and stuff, just to make people do stupid things. But one guy told his friend. So a lot of old men in Japan will suck their. Oops, what was that? What happened? Where are we? What day is it? A lot of Japanese men will suck their teeth. And there's a lot of, toothpicking, a lot of crooked teeth here, a lot of toothpicking and all that stuff. So a lot of men, after they have, like grilled pork or, beef or something, they'll, instead of getting a toothpick, they'll just suck their teeth. They'll just kind of sit and try to suck the stuff stuck between their teeth out. And very kind of weird, loud, rude sound. And this is like somebody who knew somebody. This is like a third-hand account. But somebody told his friend that they make that sound to say how much they hate foreigners. That means I hate foreigners. So if you're sitting next to a guy that's doing that, he's telling you he wants you to go home and he hates you. And the guy that was told this was on a train, sitting next to a guy that was obviously just come back from Korean barbecue or something and had a real mouth where his teeth were just all full of whatever. And so the whole trip was sitting next to this kid and was sucking his teeth the whole way very loudly. And so when the kid was about to get off, he stuck his nose in the guy's face and made the same loud sucking sound right into his face. So I guess maybe the guy would just think he was annoyed by that sound, but he only did that because he thought that it had some kind of cultural meaning. He thought it had some sort of it was a secret fuck you to foreigners or whatever. So he got all angry and did that back to the guy to show him your xenophobic ways will not stand. Yeah, so stupid. But yeah, there's a lot of stupid young guys here anyhow, so of course they're going to do that to each other. Yum, how's it going? What is going on? Nice. Oh, good. 3 p.m. there. Where the heck are ya? You're in an earlier time zone. Very cool. Yes. Oh, sorry, I couldn't read the... Oh, rectangle. Thank you. Not rectangle. Rectangle. Right? Nice. Gotcha. Thank you, Rick. Very good. Yeah, good to see you. Crazy. Yes, it's doing a weird. Yes, I was talking about the tooth sucking sound. So I think that's that's like an all over Asia, because I've heard Chinese guys, tourists and stuff. I've heard old Chinese guys and Korean guys do it. So I think it's just an Asian old man thing. But you can hear that a lot in Japan. I gotta get the angle of this tablet right here. Bum, 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 bum. Okay, let's try this. Yeah, there we go. But it's, yeah, it's funny. And they want to, and so, basically there's a lot of bad info and people don't actually share a lot of the, more useful things, just to kind of know, to keep yourself from and that's the funny thing is the way that people are kept in line or corrected is very gentle, and it's just a bunch of people looking at you. So if you can handle people looking at you in a weird way, then you're probably not ever going to change your behavior, because that's about all you get. All right. But it's funny how that does work when the confrontation is so rare when people yelling at each other, getting in each other's faces and kind of threat of physical violence. When that's so rare, it's funny how like the small things become magnified when people just giving you a side eye becomes much more effective. And I think that's their philosophy with their policing and stuff. That's going to probably have to change. But I think that's their philosophy here with policing in Japan, because the cops are tiny people, not capable of doing much. And often they're very young people, not taking control of situations. They're just, they're kind of just documenting things. They're following a procedure and documenting situations. So that's probably going to have to change once they're dealing with drunk foreigners every night. And I wonder if they're going to change, some of the tolerance for, for being charged with drunk and disorderly and stuff. If you're just a tourist, I wonder if they'll get a little note going on your visa there and make sure when you try to come back, it won't be easy or possible. Because that used to be the thing with, I think that famously, that was like in the 60s, Paul McCartney got busted with pot in Japan, and he was banned, for like 20 years or something. I think he had a concert here finally like in the 80s or 90s. But he was banned from entering Japan because he got busted with marijuana in the 60s. Something like that. And so, yeah, they don't mess around because they got a lot of, that's, an ever-present threat. Because there's every country around Japan is growing drugs. And not the easy stuff. Oh, no, they're also, laboratories manufacturing it. China's got their fentanyl mills going. Oh, what's happening with this thing? Okay, let's not do that. Nice. Yes. On a train for 2 hours with a xenophobic tooth sucker. That's funny. That is definitely a possibility here. Yeah, and I think you really, unless you really get into a bad situation, you're never really gonna, you get arrested for some, pretty serious crime or something. You're never gonna really feel how much they don't want you here until they have like control of you. That is seems like that's the time when you're really gonna feel like, oh shit, yeah, this is not where you want to be and not what you have wanted to have done. All right. What? That's not really. It's like a very tall glass. Hello, Johnson family. This is a cartoon live stream. So I draw where's an example of one. I draw a single panel gag cartoon that looks like this. So it's a joke and a picture. And it's all about inanimate objects. So I've been doing this for about 20 years. So there's a link in the description, but if you go to Go Comics, I can paste this in. If you go to gocomics.com/domestic abuse, you can read the cartoon. That's the free archives. And so, yeah, I've been with them. I've been drawing the cartoon since the first one was 2002, but that was on my own website, but was syndicated from 2004. So 20 years of these silly little cartoons. But But this happens once a month now. It used to be weekly, but they were getting so short because I only do 2 cartoons a week that I would just get going and finish, and then people would show up as I'm leaving, as I'm shutting down the stream. So I thought, why don't I do a lot at one time? And so I made it monthly, and now I'm also showing up on the my other YouTube channel. So usually, if you're coming through Upturned Table, you're used to looking for tabletop, like board games and tabletop RPG content, and this is not that. This is something that I threaten you with every Friday on the weekly. So now you can see it firsthand. All right. A different glass. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna do anything. Oh, I haven't drawn my salt and pepper in a while. Yeah, at the beginning of this, when I was first doing this cartoon, I thought there would be like reoccurring characters. I really thought that I would get to the point where, you know, if you saw me draw a certain thing, it would, you would know what that thing's personality was. But yeah, I kind of never stuck. So I always, so I was always making kind of, oh, here's the real test. Yeah, let me flip one of these and see how bad it looks. Yeah, it never proved to be the case because it didn't end up being very narrative. The ideas ended up being much more, much more, come on, where is it? There we go. Just, situational. And it was more about the human, context than the actual objects. But yeah, at the beginning, I thought it was going to be a little bit more soap opera-esque where, oh no, there's that black pepper shaker again. The pepper mill, his thing. It never became like that. And now it sounds stupid to even think that it would have been that. Yeah, but you very easily, you kind of figure out what you're doing, and what it's supposed to be. Actually, let's do this one lower. There we go. And it wasn't that. All right. Yeah, that's really depressing that COVID eliminated a lot of the stuff on tables at like family restaurants and diners and stuff. So now it's a bunch of like, individually wrapped single serve stuff because they thought and maybe it's just people were getting too, self-conscious or whatever of sharing a syrup, pitcher or a creamer or whatever. And also people doing stupid shit, licking them and spitting in them and everything for their TikTok. But it's a shame that stuff's all become like, little packaged deals. There's not ketchup and mustard on the table the same way. At least that's what I've heard. It's not happening here. People can still, drink directly out of the soy sauce container if they want to get internet famous. All right, let's try some. Yeah, am I on the right layer? Yes, I am. Yeah, that's, but they're starting to make that pretty punishable because they've had a few people, put cameras on the belt sushi at the restaurants and stuff. So, and I think they're really, really trying to discourage foreigners from doing that. They can't discourage them from coming and taking, the Instagram photo that everyone takes in Japan, but they can discourage the. Let's put some noise on that pepper. Yeah, they can discourage the. Oh, it's not going to be very. That's right, because it's very high. Well, it'll look pepperish. Yeah, we'll go Gaussian, monochromatic. Yeah, I think that they really want to discourage the foreigners from coming here just to play games. Yeah, and there's a big discussion in Japan now about if it's okay for restaurants to say no foreigners, because a lot of them want to, because it destroys their local customer base. So a lot of restaurants want to, if they're not in those busy kind of tourist areas, they want to put signs out that say no foreigners. And there's kind of a discussion now if that's acceptable, because what that will lead to is not just kind of controlling things against like kind of, rude tourists and stuff, but it's going to also then emphasize the, kind of anti-Chinese, anti-Korean, older prejudices that Japan has had. So they'll be able to say, we don't serve Koreans. It's like they're not saying tourists, they're saying we don't serve Koreans, things like that. Because there was already I think I talked about this before, but there was an incident in Akihabara, the kind of otaku town, the big one in Tokyo, that one of the card shops, like one of the Pokemon kind of dealers, the dealers of Pokemon, because they were dealing with Vietnamese gangs, like organized gangs, shoplifting. And so he put a sign on his store said no Koreans, and he won't sell to Koreans. So that made people a little upset. And that's what, saying that that's okay will lead to, I think, if they say, okay, it's okay to say no tourists, then okay, but can I say no Filipinos? Like they're going to come up with some weird way to make it worse and make it, very xenophobic, because that's what they do. So yeah, it's an interesting dilemma here. Like, how far can some of this stuff go? Because, you want to preserve, because the tourists aren't always going to be around. So, of course, they want to preserve their customer bases for the locals. They want to, preserve their local customer base, so it's they can stay in business when it's not tourist season, or the yen gets ridiculously strong and no one can afford to come here anymore. All that good stuff. But no, that just looks like a broken line. Yeah, but it can lead to trouble. Old grudges. Ooh, that's not good. Yeah, so I'm curious where that's going to go. And if they can't officially do it, I think some stores will do it anyhow in just their random enforcement of stuff, and just kind of wait, because Japan sorry, does rely on a lot of there is a law on the books, but we don't really enforce it. There's a lot of that. So there could be a law that you can't do that, and then it doesn't ever get enforced. All right. Oh, something about being paired up, right? The pepper's too dark, isn't it? It's been a long time. Oh no, all of that stuff is on the same. I'm going to have to break this off. Yeah, I don't think this is very new territory for Japan as well. This crazy tourist boom, because Japan has always been way too expensive of a country to have a lot of tourists. So they don't know what they're doing. They're just making it up as they go along. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes. Oh no! I opened up the Pokemon gates. Nope, salt doesn't get any noise. I'm kind of prejudiced against salt. It kind of looks just very monochromatic, or like, yeah, all together. Yeah, I don't think I need to noise up the salt. Thanks. Thanks, Evan. Nice. Wow. Evan's got 100 Charizards. That's not fair. I don't think I have one. I might have one. I have I bought from my daughter they had a cool, at the Pokemon Center here, they had the cool Japanese language, like starter set with the little glass, beads, the little glass tokens and stuff for scoring and everything. So there's probably a Charizard in there, I would imagine, but not a rare one. All right. Let me maybe just a little bigger on all this stuff. All right. Yeah, it's interesting, though. I guess it's the generation is a little shifted off, but the same thing that's happening in the U.S. is happening in Japan as well, where the 30-year-olds are getting nostalgic for, like, late 20s, early 30s are getting nostalgic for the kids stuff. So the Pokemon stuff is getting super popular again. And even the movies and stuff are getting big audiences. Oh, and I heard that is even happening in China as well, because China, as much as they were trying to resist, foreign influences and probably, reject a lot of Hollywood content, they were letting in a lot of Ghibli movies and summer. Japan does these like summer movies. So popular franchises like Detective Conan or One Piece or Naruto or whatever, all the popular manga, most like the Shonen Jump kind of stuff, and Pokemon and Doraemon and a lot of the, more kiddie characters. They get summer movies, so they'll have a TV show and then they'll have a movie out, and almost every summer, like when things are popular, you can tell because they have every year they get a summer movie release. And Pokemon has had summer movies, I think, since the 90s. Like, there are a ton of the theatrical released animated movies. And what's my point? Oh, yeah, so they released those. So those made it into the Chinese market. So now you have Chinese that are getting that, nostalgia marketing, where they're they want goods and stuff, based on the old things they remember in theaters as a kid. And I don't think that's happened before with Chinese culture, because they've been, or Chinese, mass media, popular culture, because they've been pretty successful at keeping out, Star Wars and the stuff that has created the nostalgia trends we're dealing with now. So yeah, when Disney pushed really hard to do the sequel trilogy, the newer Star Wars movies in the theaters in China, they're like, who are these old, ugly people, and why do I care, why they're in movies? And so it was very mysterious why these movies were even made for the Chinese audiences, because they didn't have the nostalgia for those old films. And that, especially the first one, the Force Awakens, was all it was a huge nostalgia grab. So I don't know what this is. So it fell completely flat in China, because they don't like to look at old people, especially old white people. That's exceptionally hard to look at. It's not going to go good for me here as I age out. Age out. I mean, aged. I'm past tense. All right. I don't know what those are. Let's not do that, because I'm going to get caught enjoying the same thing over again. Oh, that's cool. Nice job, Evan. Oh, Evan says, I get sick of nostalgia companies. It seems like they push nothing but nostalgia these days. Yeah, and that's true. Yeah, when when you discover it, that's what's great about the internet, is like there's somebody that's kept something alive, like their obsession with a certain movie or something, and so when they do content based on it, or have a website of build a wiki or something for a movie or a universe you forgot about, it's fun when you're when you can enjoy it. It kind of comes out of nowhere, and it's no one intentionally marketing it to you. That really sucks. when you feel that they're just, trying to sell you your childhood to you again. Oh yeah, you like this, right? This was popular. Want to buy this again? Yeah, like the like Hasbro is doing a really weird job of that. They're doing kind of their own crowdfunding platform, like Kickstarter kind of things. But they don't make something unless they have like a certain amount of interest, which means millions of dollars to actually produce it. So it's basically just a pre-order system, but they'll do these like really ridiculously priced like nostalgia grab toys, or even like merchandising for new stuff, new properties that are basically nostalgia. It's all based on, nostalgia anyhow. The only reason people are even interested in it. And they'll, try to get people to put down money for something that hasn't even been produced yet. And that is just based off, oh, that'd be so cool if they made one of those. What are you going to do with that? What are you going to... that's funny. Yeah, I feel sorry for people that want to be hardcore collectors in Japan, because they just do not have the space here. You have to own multiple houses just to house your wacky collections. I feel sorry for anybody that's going into like model train, stuff. It's just, there's not enough room here to do that kind of stuff. You don't have the big basements where you can do your scale model train stuff. Not easy. Yeah, so if you get too far into it, you usually remain unmarried, so you can use your second bedroom for your hobby instead of your children. All right, what are we doing here? I don't want to... I'm surrounded by remotes for everything right now, but I'm not good at drawing remotes. But I like that little seam. All right. Yeah, we'll just do... Oh, how about like missing buttons? That might be fun. All right. Oh, yeah, am I going to be able to... Oh, yeah, no, that's right. You wouldn't be able to see its own buttons, so who knows? Yeah, I can't believe the TVs that they're making now that have like the remote control has a Netflix button, because they're like, Android or whatever. They've got some TV OS. They're running some software, so there's apps in there. I can't believe the TVs they sell. It's like, really, you think... I guess though TVs they go obsolete much faster than I'm thinking they do. In 10 years, a TV is a piece of garbage, and I guess Netflix can hang around for a decade. All right, so he's going to be contemplating a missing button. Yeah, so with the little flange on it. There we go. I guess it's going to have to be two remotes, right? Wondering whose button it is. Symmetry. Okay, K5, thanks for stopping by. Oh, training a new guy, are you? Oh, no. Higher up sons. Oh, no. You got to be sharp. You got to be on the ball. Yeah, have a great 4th, too. Yes, that's right. It's the 4th of July weekend. Nice. Very good. Yum says time to invade China. Yes, Evan, yeah, nice, good point. Actually, make new experiences that don't always remind you of your childhood. Wow, wouldn't that be cool to make new memories? No, not possible. Yeah, see you soon, K5. Glad you stopped by. Yeah, always good to see you. Okay, wait. Oh no, I guess this angle is okay. I'll show the IR on this one. Such a wonderful button. There we go. Abstract representation. All right, so whose button is it? Cool. Let's see overall. Yeah, make it a little bigger. Yeah, I still never, sorry, settled on a scale because, you know, it just depended on what I wanted to draw. I never settled on a scale for how much space I take up in the frame for things. Yeah. Another unresolved issue. I guess I'll have to make these pretty light colored so you can see the... There we go. And this will be nice and bright. The bright candy-colored button. All right. I'll go a little darker, but I can't go too dark. Yeah, or else the eyes are going to get lost. We'll see how this goes. But yes, so if anyone from Upturned Table was wondering what I do on this cartoon stream, now you know. And you can never unknow it. All right. Oof, that's way over the edge. There you go, and then I'll just... So I'll put some, like, a little rendering on these buttons to make them a little bit more three-dimensional. Oh, these will have to go a bit darker. Hello? But yeah, it's a long wait. No one's going to make it to the snack port. It's only one snack, too. I think Unknown Girl had a good idea. Or, you know, made me think of a good idea to maybe go a little further in on the snacks. Or do a snack stream. Just so we get more time. I don't need to be eating more, but I need to... I like that content is fun because it's always unexpected stuff. They do really funny ideas here. And so much, you know, simulation of stuff. How about a gummy that tastes like champagne? Yeah, or Matt was telling me, yeah, there's sake flavored Kit Kats. I've never tried them, but yeah, probably just have like that, you know, kind of sourness, like a little rice wine bite to them. But I never even thought that was a thing. All right, and now let's do a little writing. But yeah, here's some, and some brand. The shininess of the plastic. And I guess these buttons will, yeah, highlight well. Maybe just, oh, that's this one. Yeah, do this. Yeah, it's good to be back for a little bit. Yeah, it's really hard, and you know, get stuck in doing things the same way. This is how I've always done it. I'll keep doing it this way, but yeah, I gotta be more flexible. And if something isn't working, like if you can never figure out how to get monetized on your cartoon channel, then it's probably a sign that you can do something else with it. All right. Yeah, but I'll never move it away. There'll always be that Abusecartoons channel. So everyone that finds it through that channel, I always want you to be able to find when I go live, and then all the social media and stuff for the cartoon. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out if there's a platform that would be good for archiving this, because if Go Comics goes away, they're pretty big, as far as syndicated cartoons, so they're not going to go away anytime soon. But if they do, then I need to establish a new archive of my stuff, and I'm allowed to do my own website and everything for the cartoon, but I wonder if I should kind of back stuff up on multiple platforms. The shiny button. Let's put a brighter color on top, just to make it a little. I don't know if you're really going to see that, because don't forget the cartoon is about this size, about that size on the website. So yeah, it's pretty tiny. I got to be careful. Okay, let's make everything a little bit bigger, because that is ridiculously small. I like I like it being so desolate and isolated. But yeah, when it's that size, yeah, you're not going to see any of that detail. So there we go. Button. Who's got the button? All right. Nice. Cool. Yeah, could be its own stream, couldn't it? Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be fun. Short videos. I should experiment with that, because it's fun to have an excuse to try all that silly stuff, all the snacks in Japanese convenience stores. So it might be fun to do that. That might be a good way to kind of boost the output, and also maybe the interest on the cartoon channel. It's always been... Unknown Girl's been telling me that forever. And I just haven't done it. Okay, how about a book? All right, let's... maybe it should be a little bit longer. Yeah. It's funny. I think for a lot of people, and I think I'm probably in this camp as well, you're so paranoid about what could become popular, because then you're stuck. Like people that have, started, YouTube channels, or had a YouTube channel and then did something just as a novelty, just as some kind of different kind of content, and that became popular, and then you're like, oh, okay, I guess that's what I have to do now if I want this to make money. So they're just stuck in whatever niche that is, criticizing Transformers cartoons, who knows, whatever they do. So yeah, I'm a little bit fearful of that too, is one of these like little things I end up just trying out, if that becomes, oh no, now I have to do that because that's the thing that people are reacting to. It's the dangerous thing, I think, about YouTube and stuff. And then also, like I said, the burnout stuff, if you get too obsessed with like feeding that machine that is never satisfied, never full. I'll do that in color. Something I've already done, like strange bookmark jokes and books versus technology. There's probably like a dozen of those. Yeah, like, I'll draw this on a separate layer, but I like something sticking out of a book that doesn't quite work. Let's see here. Yeah. What is this? Like just a receipt or... Oh yeah, let's just do it. Oops, let's do it on both ends. So that it doesn't make a lot of sense. Oh, maybe I'm just going to flip this and edit it a little bit so I get the angle, so the angle's better. And then flip it this way as well. So I wanted to mirror it, basically. Vertical. Yeah. And then just kind of cut it off. The magic of digital. Yeah, I just don't want to. It's going to be like here. Let's see. Yeah, it doesn't look like it's at the same height, though, does it? So maybe down. Oh, hey, go away, menu. A little bit lower. Oh, but it needs to be at a different angle. I'm going to just redraw this anyhow, aren't I? But this is at least giving me a good guide. Yeah, let's try it by hand. That's not going to make life any easier. All right. So let's see. Yeah, just kind of not having a huge amount coming out the back. That seems lower. Oh, and we can do this too. Yeah, maybe that would be good. Visually a little more different. The ribbon bookmark. There we go. Something he didn't want to get involved with. That line is really rough. That's weird. The pressure sensitivity is on, but it's not. It's making some clumpy lines. There we go. Oof. Something like that. Okay. Shoot. Try one more time, maybe. Yeah, because I'm not feeling it. Receipt. Yeah. It could be like one of those insane drugstore receipts. Yeah, so what? Grocery store receipts make lousy bookmarks. Is that the moral of the story? I want to... Yeah, make it... I guess I like the curl. Oops, let's put this back. The curl on the other one better. Oh, yeah, that's what I don't like. It's, yeah, let's do this. It's just butting up against that little notch. It looks like... There's a word for that, where like things line up and it makes it look like a line is extended that doesn't, so it breaks the kind of illusion. Yeah, let's go with that one. I like the curl at the end. Yes. So a ribbon bookmark or a grocery store receipts. There we go. I'll center this. Yeah. Yeah, I started out really small, like making things really tiny and isolated in this big white space, but stopped doing that because the kind of composition was more fun to play with. The how things were kind of clustered together. Let's just do a little bit off, maybe bluish little bit off-white for the receipts. Not that off-white, but just a little bit. So it doesn't get lost in the background so much. And then we'll do like a little bit warmer, that yellowy edging on the book. There we go. Oh yeah, and I'll do the, that's what my favorite thing every time I draw a receipt is doing the, a little bit darker, the thing that shows it, the paper's running out, that pink line that they always do. All right, let's try this as well. Here we go. Is it, yeah, a little bit lighter. Yeah, it's getting lost. The black line. There we go. It's getting lost. Yeah, so here's the thing I'm talking about. The last time I saw it, it was, and maybe different companies do different things, but it was actually on both sides. But that pink warning that the receipts out of ink, this thing. Yeah, last time I saw it was on both sides. But I always remember, yeah, because both sides is a little too much. But I always remember that being just on the one side. Whoa, there we go. All right. And these are those hardcover books that have the fabric edging but don't have a they're supposed to have a dust jacket, and when they don't, they just have that weird fabric over the binding. All right. Have I got this selected? Now I do. Yeah, books are getting worse and worse. I'm like really getting to that weird stage where I want to just buy those like weird handmade, like weird limited press books, so that they're actually a satisfying, object, and just buy fewer books, but just nicer ones. Because I'm really hating a lot of the quality when a book comes out in hardcover. Really bad, like what was the latest Expanse or something that I bought, or the last Expanse book that I bought. Really, really horrible paper quality, just not nice to read at all. So I'm just kind of depressed at how, and I think they're just doing it for, paper companies and stuff are suffering all that sustainability garbage that everyone else is having to contend with. Oh, let's do some gold writing on the spine. But it really makes for books and stuff you don't want to keep, and they arrive in such shitty condition anymore from online. Any online retailer sends you a busted piece of garbage now. Corners are all smashed in. I had one book that the back, I don't know, somebody was doing something, like building a promotional, like doing a sign or something somewhere, and using spray adhesive, and they sprayed the whole back of the jacket of the book, and Amazon was just selling it like that. So it still was like tacky, like the like spray adhesive. The whole backside of the book had spray glue on it. Like, this is insane that they even thought this is okay for retail. Yeah, because all that stuff used to be, well, in the actual bookstores, it's much more, they're much more sensitive to the condition that the book is in. So that's why they lose a lot. People just reading things at bookstores, they lose a lot of copies of stuff because they can't sell them in the condition after someone's, folded all the pages and messed them all up. I mean, I'm sure that's changed. Everything has changed. But it used to be that they would go to secondhand bookstores. They would send them back to the publishers. They'd become overstock, and they'd go to secondhand, kind of overstock bookstores. But not anymore. All right. Now you just sell them as new. Maybe a little bit bigger on the eyes here. Or no, this is weird, isn't it? Maybe not. This is, I don't know. It's a little strange. I'll put the eyes here, so you have to look for them. I don't know. I don't want to do a mouth. Hey, True Help, how's it going? Good to see you. Hey, Carolina, how's it going? Must sleep. Thanks for stopping by. Yeah, this popped up on the Upturned table, so thanks for checking out what I'm doing. This is the monthly deal. What's going on here? Give me an eraser. No. Oh, I'm on the wrong layer. Nice. But yeah, this is a much more laid back than we can do for a lot of the game stuff, because we have to be talking about something. All right. So there's a book with an odd receipt through it. Whoa, 3 more. This is crazy. It's only been 2 hours. Wow. Used to take 2 hours just to get one idea after drawing, boxes and boxes and boxes. I guess this just kind of forces my hand a little bit more, which is, how I had to deal with things previously, is get them done. Let's see. So we done coffee mugs. No, I haven't done actual coffee mugs. That was just a kid's cup with a coffee full of coffee. And if you're going to print this out and put it on your cubicle, it's got to be about coffee. Yeah, that's the how many lame t-shirts. I wonder in wherever they're printing these, like in Southeast Asia or China, they're just like, what is this obsession with coffee? Why are there all these like novelty coffee t-shirts? Don't talk to me until I've had my coffee. What is wrong with this culture? Although I think with the chain coffee store, I think it's everywhere now. I think it's kind of inescapable. Only people with severe caffeine sensitivities can escape it. Ugh, what is going on? This usually goes a lot better. There we go. Something like this. Actually, let me straighten it out a little bit first. Gonna give. It's not gonna help, is it? It's gonna make it look more like a human head. Yeah, I want to give it that little bit of curve like those, old diner coffee mugs, but it's not going. Maybe we should just do the really cylindrical print on demand style. And that can be the joke. A very standard, yeah. Guess the handle looks like it's a metal mug, doesn't it? Geez, you think that after drawing this much, I'd be getting better. Let's do a little bit fatter on the handle so it looks like it's at least ceramic. But yeah, there's so many, especially with YouTube, like linking. Now there's like merchandise below everybody's videos. It's crazy. How many print-on-demand mugs must be out there in the world? All right. All right, let's break this one. Let's just flip him and then break it. Let's see if that looks interesting. Oh my god. Yeah, see, I need to mirror my stuff more often because it's off. It's usually drawn like that. And then, yeah, maybe break this whole section here. Maybe more jagged. There we go. Oh, actually, let's do this so you can see the kind of thickness of it. And I'll do that with the shading too, kind of show you the... There we go. Should there be... Did this happen near here or someplace else? Okay, a couple of little fragments. Demanding print on demand. Am I on the color layer? That would be a good place to be. Okay, now let me do some weird logos on the mugs. Because you gotta have a mug that makes people say, "What is that?" What, you listen to that? What is that thing on your mug? Oh. And like hot pink and green. Super cool mug designs. All right, let's do a little print on demand mugs. What's going wrong here? Oh, that's right. I selected the decal part. Oops. So let's do like there. Yeah. That works. Yeah, it's too bad we don't have July is like not quite into the festival season here. So there's not a comparable kind of summer festival. Maybe it just started, but it's usually later because summer really doesn't start. Kids aren't out of school until August, so the real summer fireworks season doesn't start. But there's more. There's multiple excuses for fireworks and big fireworks displays in Japan. So we'll have some of that coming up. But I can't imagine, though, with the tourists, how insane they must be now. Just the crowds, because it's already so hot. And, just the locals is pretty hard to deal with crowd-wise. And now that there's, like, a bunch of people that... What am I doing wrong here? Oh, I'm on Eraser, thank you. Yeah, a bunch of tourists crowding up the place, sweating all over you. It's got to get pretty gruesome. Yeah, because they like to burn things during the summer. I don't know why. There's a lot of fire festivals, and they burn kanji letters into the hillsides in Kyoto and stuff. So I'm sure people want to come see that. Hot, sweaty rental kimono style. Okay. So we need some bigger eyes here. Quite demanding. And he's all busted up about it. I want to get that line. Yeah, there we go. So it doesn't completely intersect. There we go. Very cool. Enthusiastic cheers. Isn't a sport for amateurs. Nice. Hey, Winter. Nice. Krita, no, I have not. Is that a boom, 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 boom? Oh, Krita AI? Oh, no, I have not. Or is it? It's a little bit of AI powered? Yes. Open source. Raster graphics editor. No, I'm kind of stuck in Photoshop. But it's got a nice interface, and I think everybody's interface is basically the same. Free and open source. Nice. Yeah. I after Adobe announced that they will be using your artwork to train their AI, I was definitely interested in alternatives. But no, I haven't used Krita. I'm really getting too old for this. I have trouble switching. I mean, all my, keyboard shortcuts and everything, it's all, Adobe stuff, and everything I do is in Adobe. So, and the problem early on, they made it so easy for their file types to be drug in, they work pretty well. They pass pretty well between software. So just like, people that get stuck in the Apple realm, I got stuck in Adobe for all the creative work, even publishing, because I started out with Quark Express. Oh, I just dated myself, didn't I? I started out with Quark Express for desktop publishing stuff, and then ended up moving over like everybody else did to InDesign, just because that became the next more dominant one. But yeah, sorry, I haven't used Krita. I should experiment, because my daughter is an illustrator, and she uses a lot of more diverse tools, and she's exclusively on an iPad, which blows me away. I mean, that's just insane to think that. I mean, the only thing that I would really worry about is how temperamental. I guess you're backing up everything to the cloud, but those devices, I can't imagine losing work to the failure of an iPad. That'd be so frustrating. But I know so many people now that are not using desktop applications for art. That blows me away. But yeah, I should give it a try. I should, branch out more, because I'm sure there are options. There's things that are, lighter applications that don't use so many system resources, and things that I could do would be more effective, because I'm using like, probably not even 1% of Photoshop's capabilities with this art style that I'm doing, this silly cartooning. So it's not necessary for me to be in Photoshop to do this. There'd probably be more friendly and things where I could do better and more interesting brush design and stuff, so I could have like quicker effects and things ready, because I know some of the stuff that's specialized for like doing manga drawing and composition, it's so much better than the kind of half-assed way you have to do it in Photoshop. It's, when it's made for specific purposes, you always, get that specialized, better result. Yeah, it's just the time, taking the time out to learn something. And I don't want something to look like I don't know how to use the tools. That's the frustrating thing, is the reason that I've stayed with Adobe stuff is because it gets out of my way and I don't have to think. I don't have to be like, okay, wait, I want to change the envelope of the, that's what's taken me so long to get any good at any 3D, is I can't spend enough time with it, and I'm still just doing very basic stuff that is like, restricting me to making something that looks like I don't know how to use the software. Yeah, it's tricky. And that's so as soon as I got to that point with Photoshop and things, I was stuck, because it just made it that much harder to want to like venture off into overcoming somebody else's limitations. Oh, actually, no, it's thicker on top, isn't it? To do like a styrofoam cup. They don't even make those cups anymore, do they? They're too unsustainable. Because, yeah, that was to be a thing. Like McDonald's, all their hot sandwiches and stuff were in styrofoam clamshells for a long time. Not all of them, but some of them. Now everything is just wrapped in paper only. Ugh. Draw some ice cubes. Yeah, I don't know what... Yeah, I need one of those, jobs that forces you to learn a piece of software. Because that's how I learned Windows. In school, I was all Mac stuff, Mac versions. And that was back in the day when when Adobe made better versions or more native versions for the Mac computers. And now, since it's the same processors and almost the same platform, there's not really a huge difference. But I was forced to learn Windows like instantly to, because at a job interview you say, oh yeah, I've used Windows before. I'm like, oh shit. I have not. And this was back before there was a lot of easy ways. There weren't people on YouTube showing you tutorials. That'd be hysterical, a Windows... because it was Windows like 3.2 or whatever. It was like it was like not very graphic. Well, I guess all PCs were, desktop stuff was still in that phase where it wasn't so graphical. But yeah, that was not fun, because you still had to do a lot of stuff in DOS. There were things you just had to do through the little DOS prompt on early Windows. right. What am I doing here? How about some drinks? Ugh. This doesn't look right. It looks like a flower pot or something. It doesn't have the right proportions. Although I don't think that they even exist anymore. So maybe it's just too tall. Oh, come on. Where are we here? There we go. Oh, that's the thing. I can't believe it took Photoshop decades to come up with once they started doing layers, you had to select a layer or, like kind of shortcut up and down between the orders of the layers. But now if you click on pixels that exist in a layer, it automatically, switches you over to selecting that layer with certain tools. But previously that was such a pain in the ass, and I still don't number my layers and stuff well enough. Ice water and free coffee. I think that's who this is. Make him a little bit bigger. Oh yeah, the writing is going to take at least an hour. All this stuff. Nice. Oh yeah, that would be fun. Because the huge limitations, there you would see me struggling with the, just kind of making my way around the limitations of the software. That would be funny. All right, so let's do the water on its own layer. Yeah, but there's something about that. Oh, the primitive, the really simple, a little bit lower, graphics programs. There's something really fun about that weird limitation. And then we'll just do this. And I think the water thing is going to have to come down as well. Yeah. All right. I think everything else we can do in. Maybe some coffee in the styrofoam cup. All right, and then the rest I think we can do with just the rendering. Yeah, that would be fun. I should do a whole month of, I don't know if the syndicator would be happy about that, but a whole month of this cartoon in, MS Paint and do like a really old version. That would be fun to see the results. And maybe it'd be something I could do, but not submit to the syndicator because it would look so odd. They would think I lost my mind. Oop. What was that? Oh, just the tool switch. There you go. I'm so easily startled. What's happening? Yeah, that's a frustrating part with when I was first doing this. If you would ever have, if I'd ever switch over for any stupid reason to OBS, then any of the keyboard shortcuts for Photoshop would be interpreted as scene changes. So I had a lot of that on early live streams where I get weird scene changes. OBS is like switching. Now it's starting again. Now it's ending. Now it was all flipping around because I hadn't selected things correctly. I'll just do that one little glint. Yeah, that's why that Steam Deck stuff is nice because it doesn't matter what program's selected. Whatever you program those buttons to do, that's what they do. All right. Let's maybe do a little bit more on the ice cubes. I think that's it. Oh, maybe here. Yeah. Sure. All right. So free water and or coffee. Oh my gosh. Last one. Oh. Nice. Oh yeah, Mario Paint. Yeah. I remember that. Yeah, I just messed around with it a little bit. And I think when I was older, not when I was a kid, because I think my brother had it or somebody's younger brother had it. But yeah, didn't it like make sounds when you were drawing? It would like you know, your line would make noises and stuff. Yeah, I did mess around with some Mario Paint. Worst comic ever. Yes. Then it's uphill from there. Oh yeah, that's what I look up at this cartoon too, is the you know, kind of wonkiness of it, because I could fix it or I could learn to draw better, but yeah, the kind of it being off a little bit is, I think, part of its charm. All right, last one. Oof, the pressure. Yeah, I think I've got a Japanese. I used Japanese Mario Paint around here somewhere. Yeah, when I first came to Japan, it was still kind of the golden age of buying like used games from the 90s and early 2000s. There was still a lot of stuff really, really cheap. So I got every single game system that was available, because you could get them for like $10, $20. Now they're hundreds of dollars because they're pretty much been all bought up and put on. You know, the auction sites really hadn't kicked in yet. People weren't like going to a store, seeing a you know, something used and then checking the price on eBay and then buying it if they think they could resell it. Everyone was in a junk dealer back then. But yeah, so I got a bunch. Just everything. The Super Famicom, the Famicom, and then the Sega Master System, and Japanese Dreamcast, and Sega Saturn, and both Neo Geo CD and the regular the cart systems were very cheap. But the carts now are insane, like $500 a piece. Like if you want to get like Metal Slug or something good on the Neo Geo, it's gonna be more than you paid for the system. All right, yeah, but that really sucks that the junk dealers, and I think what it is also a lot of students that are trying to make extra money. International students, that are making extra money while they're going to school. Still sucks though. Just, I guess, because you can't deal pot here, so you have to deal in used video games and comic books and stuff, because you can't deal drugs to make some extra money. All right. What do wet tissues look like? Oh, like how about a little package like this? It looks like a weird candy bar. Yeah, let's try this again. All right. A small packet of wet tissues. Hey, they're on the same layer. Let's squeeze that one end a little bit. Redraw it or distort. Those are your options. Yeah, just make it look a little flatter. Yeah, I was drawing it at that angle, then you can't pinch it at an angle. There, that's a little better though, isn't it? Oh yeah, much better. Looks flatter at least. All right. So he understood the wet, but not the portability. Portability. I'm going to think of something better before we get back to this, but... All right. Oh, yeah, that would be... Yeah, that's true. That would be really fun. I have a... a thing to... export everything to VGA, which I think I could digitize and stream. I think I could go like I have an adapter that can get me HDMI out, so then I could put it in my I'm losing it on my blood sugars, tanking into the converter. What is that stupid thing called? Yeah, whatever I have my webcam in now. All right. Yeah, that would be fun. There's a lot of super weird... Well, I mean, there's so many people doing that too. But super weird Japanese games that never made it out of here that are kind of hard to understand. Like if you're not part of the... If you weren't here for that, like, you know, whatever pop culture or funny TV comedian or whatever was... making that necessary or making it famous, you'd have no idea. I just do white tissues. No idea why. Yeah, a lot of idols, pop idols and comedians and stuff got games. All right, maybe some... kind of decoration on the packaging too. What? Whoa, whoa, whoa. I accidentally grouped everything. Here we go. I wanted a layer, not a group. There we go. Yeah, looks like a bit like a candy bar. Should I do... Let's see, does that help? Oh, yeah, maybe. That helps a little bit. Okay, and then we'll just do some stripes or something on the... Oh, wait, do I like this color better? I think I do. There we go. All right. Yes, I'm glad people could find this stream. I was worried I had the false start when I realized I was coming out onto the wrong channels. But yeah, but I think I'll do that. I'll stick this on, not as a permanent thing, but I'll stick this on the Upturned table as well. Just some more notifications go out, and if you want to super chat or something, you can go on that. You can do it from that side of the internet. right. Yeah, because I don't think much beyond this initial stream is gonna won't get views because people aren't gonna dig in the channel and go, what is this? Or maybe I can leave it unlisted but do a playlist. That might be a good way to do it. Just an unlisted videos, but a playlist. So if you dig and you want to see what the heck is that, it'll be searchable. All right. Oh, interesting. Yeah, none of this is coming up. Okay, well, let's just do it on another layer then. All right. All right. This one, there we go. Cool. That looks like some kind of tissue. Oh yeah, maybe we'll put a logo on the box. Or yeah, just a brand. Way up here. There we go. Everything is well branded. Or maybe here. Yeah, kind of. All right. Yeah, I don't think portability is a very funny joke. I'm already backing down to my initial idea. All right. There we go. All right. Well, those basic images were not that hard to do, but we'll find out when I have to actually make them funny, writing something underneath them, how that goes. Yeah, Johnson, it looks like candy, doesn't it? It's supposed to be wet wipes, like wet tissues. Oh, those don't have the heat seal frill, does it? It looks like candy. Yeah. Oh, well. Well, I'll hopefully explain it in the joke. Nice. All right. Yeah, so there we go. So let's take a look at June. So if you were here last month, you will have seen all of this. But if not, let's find out what we did in June. Yeah, so this will be easier. I guess we can still go back and dig in the old ones if you'd like, but I'll go through everything for June. There we go. Oh, I'm not here. My voice is, but I'm not. What happened to me? Uh-oh. Let's see here. Let's add a source and an existing source and this and this. Blah! Oh my God. There we go. Okay. So, where do I go on this side? Where do I go? I don't have my microphone out of the way as usual. There we go. Okay, well, we just have this weird arm sticking up out of nowhere. Terrifyingly huge face. So, oh, but I'm blocking the chat. I'll just go over here. I don't know where I'm looking now. Anyhow, let's see how we did in June. So first one is greasy fast food. So for June 4th, a single greasy napkin was all he had left inside. Just a greasy napkin. He and all concerned would be recycled soon. That is true. All right. So June 6th. Hey, snack cakes. The snack cakes were surprised that they both survived the initial assault. Initial assault on snack cakes. They were victims of vicious snack attacks. Operation Codename Munchies. All right. Nope, I don't like either one. Oh, come on. Do they still even make them? I remember Hostess like went away for a while there. Somebody bought them again, I think. So neither of them could even imagine how coffee was made. Whole beans and a coffee mug. National Coffee Association can tell you. Look them up at coffee.org. Something to do with water, I think. Thank you, Aunt Man. All right, June 13th. The imprecision of the large scoop meant they already needed more ice. Cubism is an art form. And where else are we? Cool. Cool ice cartoons. June 18th, he barely felt like a shoebox. Oh, I'm doing more shoeboxes. Barely felt like a shoebox anymore when for years he only held tissue paper. All right. Asked if he remembered holding a very large shoe. He just sighs. Nice, Tony's son with the puns. I've had quite a few happy shoe boxes. I save them to donate them to my church's children's play programs. Nice. Yeah, there's all kinds of fun stuff to do with shoe boxes as a kid. Petey the cul-de-sac might find a home for the shoebox. I don't know who Pete from cul-de-sac is. Oh, another cartoon. See how much I'm up on my, I don't think peers. I think my superiors. So, June 20th. He was tired of making healthy decisions. The apple was rotten to the core. If the apple is in the bag with the banana, it will ripen quickly. Apple pie and banana foster, here we come. The apple was rotten to the core, and the banana had no appeal. It's no wonder they were about to be sacked. Tony's son. Puns for days. June 25th. Everything between them was just totally flat. All right. The fizz went out of their relationship. Eventually, everything between them was just, eventually. Okay, maybe we wanted an eventually in there somewhere. All right, and what do we got? June, this is the last one. He felt too cute for such disgusting work. Look at that cute bucket and that funky sponge. I remember a daughter saying something like that about 20 years ago. Not on his beach bucket list. Nice. The sponge thought the bucket's reaction was beyond the pale. Tony. Let's see if we made it. Hey, the one we just made is live. Not even decaf made this feel age appropriate. I'm the first one to like my own cartoon. There we go. Yeah, so it just, when I FTP'd it, just goes sucked up into the universe and gets posted on the site like at midnight. I think it's Central Time. I think maybe they're based in Mountain. It's either Mountain or Central Time, so it's a little bit hard to judge where Go Comics is based. Wow, we didn't miss one. I was worried my monthly schedule was going to mean I would be late with one in between, but we made it. All right, one of these days we'll go back to reading the old ones. Nice. Apple sticker. Yum needs stickers. Yeah, I think there are actually. I can set that up now. I think just with not with the Abuse Cartoons channel, but that would be nice if I could each stream. I could put different merch below it. Be nice to be monetized. That really sucks that they gate so much stuff behind monetization with YouTube. It sucks. All right, so hopefully I don't need any adjustments on the drawing, so I'll push my tablet out of the way and get it in an angle where I can see. There we go. All right, so let me switch back here. So let's write a few of these, and then we can Puns is fun. Yeah, Tony's son's got all the puns. I should just submit blank drawings and Tony can plug in the punny jokes. Okay, so we're good with this one is live. Whether we like it or not, it's out there in the world. So let's start here just so I can remember. Everything is too cute for disgusting work. Let's see. So a lid. He had a lot of options. He could. Yeah, he could imagine himself as anyone's lid. Himself. Maybe herself? Yeah, let's do that. She had no trouble imagining herself as anybody's lid. Herself as. Yeah, imagining herself as. She had no trouble imagining herself as anybody's lid. Is there a better way to say that? Or being very choosy about whose lid is better. No trouble imagining herself. Or realizing that you didn't have to be the lid of the box you were bought as. If the lid fits. Let's see. If the lid or was resolved to not be stuck with the box she was purchased with. No trouble imagining herself as anybody's lid. Any box's lid? Boxes. Any box? Oh, or completely independent. She had trouble imagining herself as any box's lid. So she's going to be a standalone lid. She had trouble imagining herself. Oh, so yeah, so from this, so something changed, right? So from this point forward, right? She now had trouble imagining herself as anybody, because of course she was a lid of a box at one point. She was born the lid of a box. She now had trouble imagining herself as any box's lid. That's better. There we go. The overeducated lid that owns a house, that already owns her own house, has trouble imagining being someone's box lid. There we go. Just that now. Fixed it. All right. Difficult but not impossible. Oh, I didn't put eyes on the spoon. The spoon had to have some agency here. So my first idea was the spoon was making breakfast. Difficult, but not impossible. All right. I don't know. There's not enough there in the picture, in the image. It's just a spoon on top, the wrong way on top of a bowl. If not impossible. But not impossible, if not impossible. If he chose to remain on top of the bowl, the spoon was making breakfast difficult, if not impossible. If not, is funnier for some reason. All right. So something about being paired. Cream and sugar, salt and pepper. Presumptive pairing. Even if it felt old-fashioned. If it felt old... Ooh, there's a P in old-fashioned. Preferred with 2 R's or 1? Presumptive. I have to look up and see if I'm using that right. Pairing. Presumptive. Assumed pairing. I don't think I'm using presumptive, right? They prefer their. Okay. Let me see if I'm using... Am I even spelling it right? Presumptive. Oh, come on. Oh, my keyboard's flaking out. Come on, there we go. Uh-oh. Are we still here? Looks like we're still here. Presumptive. Absence of further information. Yeah. Presumed in the absence of further information. I like that. Yeah, presumptuous. Based on presumption. Yeah, I like presumptive. It's such a annoying word. Based on no other information. And I spelled felt wrong. Even if it flettled. And old-fashioned might be hyphenated. Like that. Fashion, because it's an adjective. Nope. Oh, it's all the cocktail recipe, though, so... No. I guess you can always hyphenate. It's not technically wrong. Oh, and let's see if preferred... If it doesn't like preferred. I think it wants 2 R's. Does it want 2 R's? I think it does. Ah! Let's not do that. Okay, here we go. How about that? You like that better? Adobe Dictionary, that's probably incredibly out of date. Yep, it likes that. I thought there was only... I think it'd do American style 1 R. Or no, I guess American is always the double letters. Even if it felt old-fashioned, they preferred their presumptive pairing. Pairings. Yes. It's more than one of them. All right. So... No swapping going on. Here we go. If not impossible, and I may as well check these as I go because I'm going to forget. Now with spelling, she had trouble imagining herself as any box's lid. I am no box's lid. All right. So... Something lost a button. Remotes rarely, because I think those buttons are all on like one big sheet. You know, they're one big like silicone or rubber sheet. But all of their button pushing experience. So if one of them There was no telling. There was no... Only until it was needed. So many buttons that nobody ever pushed. A button, yeah, something about a button that would never be pushed again. It was hard to imagine. To understand, I have to imagine it, it's right there in front of them. To understand a button. Oh, I should have actually just made it like a shirt button, right? Yeah. Then it's super confusing. Yeah, that's probably the better push, the better joke, isn't it? Yeah, because it doesn't make sense that that would have just fallen out. So I better call it a missing button. Should I just redraw a shirt button? Is that the better way to go? Shoot. Nice. Oh, thank you, Indigo. Yeah, yeah. My browser just went like black screen on my Chrome. So I was wondering if the internet took a hiccup. Yeah, sometimes this Japanese internet has been it's been on my Saturday. So I think Saturday maybe the usage goes up or something because more people are home. That's not really that true here, but yeah, it's taken a dive on a lot of Saturdays. Made it very frustrating. Oh, A lost button meant one less function. Yeah, let's try something like that, because the better joke is a shirt button, I think, or the better cartoon. This is more specific to remotes as well. A lost button was just one more function to not worry about. A function of the remote. A lost button was just one more function not to worry about. There we go. It fell off. I don't think that can possibly happen. Actually, a few of the older, some of the older keypads and stuff on like old hard plastic remotes, the really nasty stuff, I think those were floating. Those buttons were just floating, and there was something you pushed, and then there was a sheet over the switch, that kind of protected the switch, so the buttons could actually fall out. Not these remotes, but we'll see. They didn't have to. Unlock spot was just one more function to not have. I want to say have to worry about. To no longer worry about. Yeah, I like no longer better. I have to break this though. It looks weird. Shoot, it doesn't break. Nice, because there it goes. Function is a long word. A lost button was just one more function to no longer worry about. Yay. Functions and remotes. You're not switching between inputs. You're not changing between subtitle languages. It's over. Okay. Now each of these is just a drawing. It's just a drawing, a challenge, a challenging drawing, a challenging drawing to make funny. All right. Yeah, it's becoming a like a a press photo of some weird event, something some photographer caught, and then you have to write the funny joke. All right. Yeah. Grocery store receipts, right? We're lousy bookmarks. That's what the picture is showing you. And that's what the words are saying. All right. How about strangely extravagant? There we go. They were lousy. How about strangely extravagant without the N? There we go. Look at that. It's an extravagance to have such a long trailing bookmark. There we go. See, I get stuck on a phrase and it writes the whole joke. Grocery store receipts were strangely extravagant bookmarks. Or they were extravagant. All right. Print on demand. Print on demand. Coffee mugs is what is in the photo. What is being shown here? Print on demand coffee mugs. The life of a print on demand coffee mug was, well, demanding. So the fatalities, the casualties. Or reprint on demand. Some coffee mugs were reprinted. That can be just one word. Or the occasional coffee mug. And then this is another two-liner, isn't it? The occasional all right. The occasional coffee mug with 3 E's, coffee with 3 E's, was printed and then reprinted on demand. There we go. Reprinted, printed on demand coffee mugs. Uh-oh. Free water and coffee. Most situations. both. Or maybe something about the, yeah, free water. So the ice water noticed that situations, so situations where you get free coffee are like, you know, Alcoholics Anonymous or some like group therapy or something. So the ice water noticed that most situations that offered free coffee were serious. Most situations didn't offer both free water and coffee. Most situations, those are better. Most, few. Few. There were a few times, only a few times. Maybe ice water. Both free ice water and coffee. I want to get the kind of free coffee late night meeting angle in there, but I don't know if I can. It was always one or the other. You knew if you were getting free coffee, things may be serious. Oh yeah, just do free ice water was mundane, but free coffee could be serious. Oh, yum. Oh, I should do that, shouldn't I? That would be fun. Yeah, yeah, because I could just take take all of the color out and do the cartoons as a. Yeah, that'd be fun. All right, most situations didn't. Okay, so both or free water was boring, or free water was common. Free water was every day. Free ice water was every day, but free coffee got something got serious. Oh yeah, yeah, that was right. It was actually almost empty, but looking quite tall. Yeah, it's kind of a ridiculous water glass, isn't it? Yeah, I guess no, I guess that the idea might come across. Yeah, because you don't get both water and coffee. You get coffee when you're spilling your guts, and you get water when you're waiting for your order. All right. Oh, last one. Wet tissue portability. It does look like a big candy bar, didn't it? Yeah, they don't have the heat seal frill on there. Yeah, AA seems a strange place to offer free stimulants. Yes, doesn't it? Yeah, I'm just thinking about like group therapy stuff. That's true. You know, anybody that you're trying to get off of substances, you probably don't want to give them coffee. Yeah, because I think like NA, like Narcotics Anonymous, I don't think they have coffee because they don't want you to have caffeine. Because like in rehab, you can't drink coffee. I think. Not that I know. I don't have any firsthand experience. I got to get a habit of some kind that I need to get off of. something. Wet tissues. We're trying too hard to be cute and portable. I don't know why I want to put portable in there. We're trying too hard with one O. Trying too hard with two O's. Cute and portable. Thank you, Yummy. I should tweet that. I need a voice to text during the live stream. Yes. Yeah, all of my hard miles just come from regular wear. No extraordinary abuse. All right. What tissues? We're trying too hard to be cute and portable. Sure, I'm not going to think of anything else. And it looks like candy, so I have to say what it is. Or else it's not going to make any sense. People are going to think it's a chocolate bar or something. A very pretty chocolate bar. Oh, okay, let me check that. In case I left a letter out. Oh, geez. Oh, well, I know what would give me some extra energy. A snack from a Japanese... Oh, well, I think we're all set here. I keep doing that. From a convenience store. Nice. Okay, so let me just read through them one more time before, I guess as I make them. She now had trouble imagining herself as any boxes lid. E-S, any box. Any box says this is. We'll do it like that. I'm sure it will be critiqued. All right. So put in the secret code. And grocery store receipts were strangely extravagant bookmarks. There's a lot of files in there. It takes a minute for that to pop up. All right. Lost button was just one more function to no longer worry about. That one's going to look kind of weird, small. I might have to change the font size. It's looking kind of tiny on the website. Even if it felt old-fashioned, they preferred their presumptive pairings. Presumptive. I don't know if I'm using that correctly, but it sounds funny. The spoon was making breakfast difficult, if not impossible. All right. And wet tissues were trying too hard to be cute and portable. Cute and portable. Try hard tissues. Try hard wet tissues. DOM. Most situations didn't offer both free ice water and coffee. Why not? Think about it. Makes you think, doesn't it? So stupid. Okay. And the occasional coffee mug was printed and then reprinted on demand. Both the printings were on demand. Oh no. Okay. Then I'll just revert this one so we don't have a blank screen. Boom. All right. What's the breedable meme? That's what reminds me of cute and portable and breedable. Breedable. Nice. Cute and portable and breedable. I have 3 qualities. All right. I don't know why that's so funny. All right, let's do some snacks. Let's take you to the Family Mart in the aisles of the Japanese convenience store. Hey, all right. So this, yeah, there was not a lot of summer things coming out. A huge amount of gummies. There's premium gummies. I'm tired of eating gummy candy on stream. So let's take a look at this convenience store find. So this is a 7-Eleven find. This is usually where I end up. So it's a store brand 7-Eleven, but it's Belgian Belgian fries. So and I think that the French fry style in Japan is very like Northern Europe. It's very Belgian because they have a lot of mayonnaise, and a lot of people eat mayonnaise on French fries. So I'm not sure if that came here at some trend at some time, or why they see French fries as a thing. Okay. Yeah, I gotta finish this up in a second here. Sorry. I'm totally botching this. Okay, wait. Oh, sorry. Let me check the time. Oh, no. Okay. Okay. Sorry. Yeah. Well, see, never can get anything finished. So anyhow, okay, wait a minute. Okay, so Belgian fries. So my phone is going. Yes, Belgian fries. So yeah, I think the tradition here is strangely Belgian because they love ketchup and they love mayonnaise, and they love ketchup and mayonnaise, and they mix this together in kind of a pink swirl that they call Aurora sauce. So Aurora sauce is very common here. So of course, and on the package though, it's calling it sauce andalou flavored Belgian fries. So I guess what became Aurora, which doesn't sound anything like andalou sauce, is the flavor, the preferred flavor of French fries here. And they're kind of a lot of the big steak fries, these big kind of heavy steak fries. So this is 7-Eleven's version of Belgian potato fry, and with the andalou sauce. So let's give these a try. I don't think they're going to simulate, but I like their kind of weird simulation snacks. So this is going to be 200 calories of Belgian potato fries. And yeah, because it's a store brand, they don't like talk about company history or any promotion on the back. But they sure are hard to open. But they do the Belgian flag colors everywhere. So we have also Belgian waffle shops here that are very popular. So yeah, they're kind of a steak fry little. Yeah, it's tomato sauce and mayonnaise. So I've had something like this before, yeah. So I was afraid it was going to be the dried potatoes, but it's not. It's or the reconstituted potatoes, but it's more like actual slices of potato. You can't really taste the tomato flavoring very much. It's very mild, but very mayonnaisey. So it's a powder, or kind of like a salty powder on the outside, maybe just a flavored salt, that is mayonnaise and tomato a little bit. And I guess that's the Andalous flavor. So that must have come here as some kind of trend. But very crunchy. Not the kind of Pringles or those reconstituted potato snacks. But Not really oily, so maybe kind of air fried or something. I can't tell because it's a lot of calories. Maybe that's coming from the coating. Well, not amazing. And even the more you have them, the flavor doesn't build up. The nice thing, though, that I've noticed that, Doritos and some of the American companies do with the flavoring, it is so sharp and so like strong that you are kind of like instantly addicted to it. You want that like insane flavor again and again. And they never make the flavor too strong on any of this stuff where it has that kind of like, Doritos, Cheetos kind of thing where you're like, picking it up constantly. But yeah, not bad. It's quite a big bag. All right. Well, I'm going to quit snacking in your ears. But interesting. Yeah, I wonder if they're going to do other kind of regional stuff because I'm curious what they think is interesting or famous from certain countries. So obviously Andalous sauce, which in Japan they call Aurora sauce. Tomato, mayonnaise. I know there's certain people that hate mayonnaise on French fries. But wow, that's very strange. It's nothing too dramatic. It's just kind of a mild mayonnaise powder on some French fries. But more than that, I thought it was curious of the choice of this would be a flavor that would be popular. So that will do it for for Belgian fries, Belgian fried potatoes. And again, the quality is surprisingly good. Oh, the store brand stuff is nice. There's nice quality. They don't do like a very cheap version of stuff. And oftentimes, what's happening now is some of the big companies, they're doing that in a shrinking. What's sticking on here? Oh, here. They're doing the brand name stuff is getting smaller. The packaging is getting smaller, but the very almost identical. And in some ways, I think it's actually produced at the same time. But maybe not just with the same like quality. It doesn't maybe look as nice or whatever. But the store brand stuff is staying the same size for the same price, while the brand name stuff is getting smaller and smaller. So that's really interesting because there's a few things that are very identical, a few snacks that are very identical between the store brand versions and the brand names. So I wonder what's happening there, because obviously they can still make the store can still make the chains can still make money on it. And it's not getting smaller, so that's nice. But they do, they're way crunchier than real fries, but they are interesting simulation. I like all this Japanese simulation food where they try to make a gummy grape that feels exactly like eating a grape, or different chocolates and things that are supposed to taste like a bite of cake. Like they really like to do simulation, food simulation. Nice. Oh, really? Call it fry sauce. Interesting. And Chick-fil-A likes to pretend they invented it. Ah, that's funny. Yeah, how could that have been invented? Oh, that's so funny. But Aurora sauce. They're obsessed with the Aurora Borealis here. I don't know why. And I haven't gotten a good story for that. I guess because it's rare and hard to see, and Japan doesn't have any Arctic, territory. Their northernmost island isn't far enough to actually have that. But Aurora sauce. And you just take a tomato and tomato ketchup and mayonnaise and swirl it together. But they're calling it Andalous sauce here. I didn't know that. All right. Well, that's going to do it for this week. I actually got a few hours in, and it was so nice to see everybody in the chat. Yum and Unknown Girl and everybody, that showed up. It was very cool. And some new people popping in. Johnson family. I think Johnson family's been here before. And Winter Statue. Sorry for not having more answers. True Help TV. Good to see. Agent Carolina. Yeah, sorry we started too late for Pacific Coast time. Evan K. Appreciate everybody stopping by. And K5, good to see K5 is still around and getting some sleep. And Matt, of course, I will see Matt again soon. So thanks for joining me. Abuse Cartoons is is where you'll find me on the social media for this cartoon. Abusecartoons.com is the website, and then like in the description, you can go to gocomics.com/domestic abuse for all the cartoons. This has been July, so all the cartoons of July are now finished. So I will see you next month in August, and I'll keep streaming this also on the Upturned Table channel and make a playlist there if you'd like to, if that's where you found me. So thank you for anyone coming from Upturned Table. I thought I would just sneak this on the channel because I've been talking about it every week on the weekly. So, and yeah, tune into the weekly. Friday, Chris and I usually are discussing some tabletop topics, and sometimes Matt. So take care, and we'll see you again soon. Goodbye.